What's up guys, it's Project. Sorry I haven't uploaded anything this week, I've been sick. But anyways, Smilegate just released the upcoming balance changes to the heroes getting nerfed, and many are also getting buffed. Now of course, the big elephant in the room we were all wondering about, was DNA nerfed?
It's a celebration.
Yep, half of us can rest at ease, while the other half is probably raging right now. Diana is untouched, as she should be as a limited hero. I think the best way to go about her is to just release new heroes or artifacts that can counter her, rather than nerfing her, as that just induces buttloads of hate. But what do you guys think of Diana avoiding the buff? Sound off in the comments below. For the rest, I'll quickly go over each character that got buffed or nerfed. Clury is getting axed, but not that hard. Fortunately, her S3 is a turn longer cooldown, and she no longer has the extra turn bullshit. Instead, she has, at max, a 10% chance to be granted increased combat readiness. Think Diana's S3, then 5 seconds later she goes again with her S2. Not too bad, but the 1 turn delay on S3 in combination with this extra turn thing definitely makes her less good, but still usable in my opinion. I think this only really affects PvP more. PvE, she'll still provide what she needs. Is she worth recalling? No, considering you won't be refunded the energy you spent farming all those darn runes, so if you do recall her, you're left with a billion green triangles on the ground. Meh. After the change, she's just more in line with the other specialty change heroes. Good, but not too amazing. So yeah, don't bother recalling, unless you plan to have Rin take her place. Moving on, Specimen Says got buffed out the wazoo. S2 now has a 50% chance to AoE stun, and S3, if he kills someone, which he will, is reset, which means next turn, if someone is stunned, you gon' kill another. Very strong in PvP now. S1 is also 50% stun instead of 30%, which is powerful too. Still useless in PvE though. Lol. Spectre to Nibs got mega buffed. S1 got a 20% damage increase. Now Nightmare Illusion seems crazy. Basically a super stealth. Honestly, this seems pretty broken for Arena. You have to kill the entire enemy team before you can even target her, so AoE is your only chance of hitting her. Yikes, crazy potential, and each enemy killed makes her stronger, which is good for something like Arakan and Raid with the spider respawns. And her S3 is also getting stun action. So very good buff there. Ox Lots is getting pimped out, CR pushing himself with S1 like Diana, and the attack buff he gives to an ally is now 2 turns, very nice, and his S3 is crazy strong. 2 turn silence? Nice-oo. Little Shota Judge Kisei. Yeah, Clarissa is better now too, 2 turn buff decrease now instead of the pathetic 1 turn, potentially a nice option for PvP, but Diana's just 3 turns. Definitely better in PvE though. Shorter cooldown on S3 is nice, with Candlestick on a speedy bulky kitty. Acid is still ass, I guess. He gets CR push instead of speed push on swift action, but the notes don't mention that he targets an enemy anymore on low health. Maybe that's incorrect, but that seems worse if that's the case. If the attack increase is a trade-off, it's meh when most teams have attack buffers. And now execution is slightly more CR delay. Not too impressive. Tywin.
Hit or miss, I guess they never miss, huh?
I guess you really never miss, huh? Not with a whopping 100% chance to decrease defense after skill ups? Very nice, Tywin, very nice. My girl Cece being more attractive with that 50% more chance to provoke for 100% after skill ups seems better in PvP. PvE, well, she's still lost in the woods, unfortunately. Basar Sandstorm. Daruda Sandstorm got cooldown reduction. Yay, I guess. Better in Azimana fight. Zerato actually has more than 4 words for his S2, dealing more damage with his skills to enemies with debuffs. Still probably poopy though. Silk got buffed, I suppose. Literally 5% more chance to decrease speed, and some focus junk consumes less of it. Whatever. And lastly is Crozet, the welfare wyvern tank, getting even more thick with an increased defense buff on his S2 passive. And those are all the changes they announced on the dev patch notes. I'll leave a link below to the official site if you want to scan over them without watching my video over and over, although you should. But these changes are next week on the 27th. In addition, we're also getting mola changes, decreasing mola requirements by 30% across the board, and any excess mola you spent compared to the new change will be given back to you. So if a skill needed 3 mola, after the change it'll be 2, and you get refunded that 1 extra mola you spent. Nice. We also can now exchange molas at the shop instead of hunting for hoochies poochies. Also on the 27th is the new powder shop refresh for artifacts. Finally, you can get your hands on Rihanna or Elbrius Ritual Sword, Celestine for your Rins or Requiem Wars, or Rosa Arganas for your Balonies or Shuris. By the same token, if you need Rod for your healer, get it before the 27th since it likely won't return for a while. Still no Idol's Cheer, me sad. Arena S2 will be launched on April 1st, where there'll be new equipment, this time level 88 gear, very nice. They didn't specify what sets, hopefully speed or critical. A new unknown slate will be added for enhancing 5-star heroes once, and charms bought with conquest points will now see reduced price in the shop. Pretty cool. I'm gonna predict 100 points for purples and 30 points for normies. And lastly, Koreans abusing ML Araminthas with Lele Violin will cry to know that they're nerfing Violin to debuff after the attack is made, like the description said. As of now, it dispels buffs before you actually attack, letting ML Aramintha or Tenebria debuff opponents despite them having immunity set. Looks like you're gonna need a Bazaar in your team. Stranger. Speaking of ML Aramintha, I pulled her! I have her! Yes! I got her! She's freaking fun, dude. She's really, really fun and definitely OP without opponents having immunity set, which they kind of don't in Masters, where I'm at right now with this account that I have. I'll see if I can make a cool, fun PvP video for once, showcasing her next week. But Sekiro's coming out tomorrow, so I don't know. We'll see. Sirmia was just released yesterday as a new hero. She's not too great, in my opinion. Better than Ravi on auto, but worse than Ravi on manual, if we're talking pure damage for, say, Golem, because her modifiers aren't as high as Ravi, and Ravi can just soul burn S1 after S1 after S1 after S1. So I don't think her kit offers much to be impressive, whereas something like Lorena pushes her CR, decreases enemy CR, skill reset chance, etc, or Luna has easier stats to build around with her passive S2 and provides defense break and elemental advantage S3. Sirmia just provides damage, that's it. And most people rock defense break, so the defense pen isn't too amazing. The greater attack buff is sweet, but naturally you'd want to use Mascot Hazel in conjunction with fire units, and since her attack is high and you'd build her like a high DPS, half the time Mascot's buff will be wasted going into Sirmia, which means if you already have Sirmia on the turn buff, you only basically get an extra turn of greater attack. But yeah, that's it for the video. What do you guys think of the changes? Were the nerfs enough? Did any of your favorite heroes get buffed? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad about DNA? Let me know in the comments below after clicking that like button, clicking that notification bell after you subscribe for more Epic 7 epicness.